Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. I am at a really neat place right now. So I am at a shop hidden away in a secret location in the town that I live in, and it's got some incredible stuff in it. It's got printing presses, old printing presses, really old printing presses. I'm going to take you in and show you a little bit around and kind of point out some of the things. And yeah, let's go look. It's really cool. All right, so here is one of the older presses. This looks like a Chandler. It says Chandler and Price from Cleveland, Ohio. And this one is running off of what looks kind of like a ball motor with a variable speed. It's leather belt driven. And this is how things used to be printed long ago. I wish I knew more about it. This is actually more in my wife's, so Mrs. Ag Teacher Thoughts, this is more in her field. So those of you that might not know, my wife has been in the newspaper industry. Pretty much before we got married, she was working in newspapers. And so newspapers and printing. So this is really one of her passions in life. And we are here to actually print the invitations for one of my son's graduation, or his high school graduation that's coming up, and he's getting the opportunity to use some of this old machinery to make those invitations. So this is definitely my wife's passion. I'm here because I like the machinery and all the really neat, cool stuff that's here. And so here's some of the many different presses, and these are things that were printed on them. And I was told that pretty much any surface that's flat we can print on with these. So they do, this one does 8.5 by 11. That one does 8.5 by 11. There's one over behind me that'll do, I think it was 11 by 18, something like that. And then this is some of the type that goes in these. And one of the things that was kind of funny is, I think they're called idioms, if I remember right. So like if you are setting print, one of the idioms is a phrase that we would say, let's see, mind your P's and Q's. So if you put the wrong letter together, you might put a P where the Q should be, or a Q where the P should be. So mind your P's and Q's. P's and Q's. Isn't that interesting? So that comes from the printing industry long ago. And then there's all sorts of different pieces here. There's blocks for setting the type in. There's cases and cases and cases of really neat typefaces. Trying to remember all of my terms. Oh, look at that. I grabbed an X. And a lot of these are really old. These are really old pieces of I think this is hot type. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Or is this just type?
Yeah, I guess originally it was hot.
Originally hot top. It's something else now. Okay.
The linotype would be a hot.
Oh, the linotype is the hot type. Okay, I can go over and show that one in a moment. But conveniently, I seem to always be pulling the X out of the case. But these are all set up in a particular form. And this is, oh, there's an R. There's an R. But yeah, you'd have to go through and set each letter before it's actually printed. I wish I knew all of my terminology a little bit better, but Mrs. Ag Teacher Thoughts is not here to help me out. This is all of her. This is her world. Give me the plants. She can do this. And then this is the linotype. So this is the hot type that I was trying to figure out. So this is, oh, I don't know. It doesn't have the letter carved in it. Oh, there we go. Here is a B. Okay, so there's a B, and it would have gone through a machine called a linotype, which is like a typewriter, except it moves these letters down through some channels, and then it pours molten lead in between, or in these casts. So pour molten lead in there. I'm part of this. Maybe it's that right there. It pours molten lead in, and then it forms a line of text. So really, really cool. So here's one here. You can see that that's been cast in lead. That is really cool. Look at all of these. Those are all cast in a lead alloy. Really, really cool. And just cases and cases and cases of letters. What do we got here? Looks like a G. So anyway, this is where I'm at, seeing all of this wonderful machinery and printing equipment and memorabilia, I guess you could call that, or artifacts. So this one here, let's see if I can get that real close so you can read. Spokesman Review. The Spokesman Review, Spokane, Washington. And the date up there is Sunday morning. Trying to read it. Sunday morning, March 1st, 1942. So as you come down in here, there is World War II history going on right there. Stalin's order of the day, stern warning to Allies, says Dorothy Thompson. MacArthur and his men. So really, really cool stuff. And this was used to print newspapers. So that was wrapped around a cylinder, and then they did high-speed printing with that. And then, to all of my students that wonder why I ask for certain fonts, this is a 6.5 point font. Let's see if we can get the letter. Where is it? It's right there. Let's see if we can get this to focus. If it's hard to see here, you can understand why it would be hard for me to see. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see that. I think that's an A. But if I looked at this chart over here, California job case, and that's the space I grabbed it out of, so that's where the A should be. So if we look down here, it should all be arranged in the right place. So that should be an A. An A. That should be an A. This should be an R. That looks like an R. And yep, that is an R. So these are how these are all set up. And then this is a whole bunch of spaces. So according to what spacing you want to put on, it's there. But anyway, I thought you would enjoy a little bit of a tour through here. I wish I knew a little bit more. Mrs. Ag Teacher Thoughts does not like to be in the videos. So she's the one that's got all that knowledge that could tell me. So unfortunately, she's not here. She's stepped inside for a few moments. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. So I hope you learned something. I hope it was more of an interest or an exploration. And maybe we'll come back. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed Ag Teacher Thoughts out.